नमस्ते। आप सभी मित्रों को हमारे YouTube चैनल में स्वागत। रिजल्टिव आयुर्वेदा नाम है इस चैनल का और हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं अभी सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन का कि जब अभी आपका IPGT हो रहा है, होने वाला है और फिर आप UG में हो, अगर सुन रहे हो तो अभी से मूड बनाएंगे कि कैसे सब्जेक्ट सेलेक्ट करें और किस तरह से अपना भविष्य बहुत अच्छा बनाएं। तो कल के सेशन में बात जो शुरू हुई थी, आई वॉज जस्ट कंपेयरिंग द मेरिट्स ऑफ disciplines of Kaya Chikitsa as well as Panchkarma. And finally I said that the Kaya Chikitsa may be better choice for a good practice in comparison of the Panchkarma. Yes, it's true, dear. But the question is here कि both are complementary to each other. Yes, for the initial diseases, for the just a normal due course of the treatment and the management, one can manage with the Kaya Chikitsa only, and there may be no need of the Panchkarma in a normal private practice, in a normal clinic, normal GP I can say. But if there is something special, something treatment for the chronic disorders and specifically for the neurological origin, then the Panchkarma therapy is the boon. It is really very helpful. So the combination, the combo is Kaya Chikitsa and the Panchkarma both, but you can't choose two subjects at one goal, right? Otherwise you have to do the double PG, and double PG is not permitted in some institutes. So Kaya Chikitsa have its own values and the Panchkarma has its own values. So just here adjourning the discussion about the Kaya Chikitsa and Panchkarma today, I am willing to emphasize about the disciplines of Ayurveda, Shalya and the Shalakya. Of course, here is a big debate and very interesting debate whether the BMS graduates or the MS Shalya are competent or not to perform a surgery. Yes, the case is in the Supreme Court by some opponents, or I can say some other organizations. What do you think? Whether an Ayurvedic graduate, simply Ayurvedic graduate, only the BMS degree, or a specialist having MS Ayurveda should be permitted to perform the surgery or not? And there is a different levels of surgery, and which kind of the surgery, on which system of the body the surgery. Because the surgery is starting from neurosurgeon to the general surgeon. Every part of the body nowadays specialists are available for a particular part. For example, pancreatic surgery or the hepatoliver, I mean just for the hepatic system. If the other side is so specialized and having all these things in the criteria, then what is the, be blunt, I am being blunt, what is the need of Ayurvedic surgery? How it is different from the normal surgery? In which way it is having some special things that this branch should be survived and recognized and may be permitted by the Honorable Supreme Court to perform the surgeries? What is your answer? What is your take? What is your call on this issue? On the other hand, you have a bunch of the specialists who perform well the robotic surgery. And other side, we who are depending on the for our OT, we are hiring MBBS MS, except Banaras Hindu University. Here, the teachers in the department of Salya are so competent that they are performing all kind of surgery. I mean, not the specialized surgeries where I indicated, but the general surgeries they are doing. So, what should be? And what is the career? Really, we have something special, and that is of course, in the anorectal surgery, Char Sutra, and all, of course, everyone can't afford those specialist surgeons. Yes, because this is the India, having different economic levels. Everyone can't go to the 40s and the Vedanta and the so higher centers of the surgery and see the government setup is like this. There is a long waiting list of 1 year, 2 year, whether any medical college or the AIIMS like that. So, here is an option. An option are available to this country. Options are available to this country in the form of these Ayurvedic surgeons. In case of general surgery and the specialty of the anorectal surgery, where they are the masters, even the cases are being referred for the anorectal surgery in our hospital. There is a referral cases, and in other places too. People are doing very good service to the humanity by performing, by treating this fistula and the piles by the Ayurvedic way of the treatments, Ayurvedic way of the interventions. And the question is, here is a prize in the choices of the toppers. They are preferring Salya. Yes, I have noticed since last 3-4 years that specifically the Kerala brand. From Kerala, the students are opting, the toppers are opting Salya. I am unable to understand what is their thought process and how the trend is being evolved in the specifically Kerala, where I have a very clear opinion. It is wrong to say that by the government, Ayurveda is being promoted in Kerala. Yes, the specialists of the Ayurveda in Kerala, they are themselves able to take all calls related to Ayurveda, and they are doing on their own level and their own capability without any Rajashra, without any government support. I'm sorry to say it, but it is true, and I am speaking on record that the government is not supporting anything related to Ayurveda. Maybe a political ideology is behind this, because this is happening in 2 states, in the West Bengal and as well as into the Kerala. Otherwise, if they are not state governments, if they are not promoting Ayurveda, then they are not demoting also. But in the Kerala story is completely different, and the Kerala students are opting Salya. And it's something which is giving me that you have to consider. And second thought, what is the progress of the Salya in this country? Of course, it's better. It may be better. It may be more better if you are authorized by the honorable different courts, because you are always on the edge of the sword. आप हमेशा तलवार की धार पर हैं. किसी स्टेट में शल्य को, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट को लीगल प्रोटेक्शन है, गवर्नमेंट ऑथराइजेशन है, किसी स्टेट में नहीं है. तो आपको तय करना है कि आपके स्टेट में क्या स्थिति है और आपको कितना परमिशन मिलता है. और जनरल मास ओपिनियन क्या है? आपसे सर्जरी कराने लोग आएंगे या आपको सिर्फ बवासीर भंगंदर तक ही रखेंगे, या जनरल सर्जरी के लिए भी आपको ऑप्ट करेंगे? तो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन ऑफ स्किल ऑफ इंडिविजुअल, इन विच वे यू आर ऑप्टिंग। तो अगर आप शल्य ब्रांच लेते हैं और ऐसी जगह से लेते हैं जहाँ पर कि शल्य डिपार्टमेंट बहुत स्थापित है, एस्टेब्लिश्ड है, वहाँ की आईपीडी ओपीडी हर तरीके से हर तरीके के ट्रीटमेंट्स कर रहे हो, तो रियली योर फ्यूचर इज़ ब्राइट। लेकिन आप कहीं ऐसी जगह पर शल्य ले लेते हैं जहाँ पर कि महीने में एक बार कुछ होता है और कहा जाता है कि ये देखिए ये ब्लड स्पॉट है, एक बार महीनों पहले यहाँ कोई वो कुछ हुआ था, तो ऐसी जगह पर शल्य की ब्रांच ले करके आप क्या करेंगे? तो बी केयरफुल, योर कैरियर इज इन योर हैंड। आप हर जगह शल्य ऑप्ट नहीं कर सकते। आप शल्य ऑप्ट करने के पहले देखिए कि वहाँ होता क्या है। और अब दूसरा प्रश्न, सेकंड एस्पेक्ट, व्हाट इज योर पर्सपेक्टिव इन अब्रॉड? Yes, there is a good opportunities for a PG of Kaya Chikitsa in abroad. There is a good opportunity, more better opportunity for the Panchkarma people. Something siding the law, or the behind the law, or keeping aside the law. Anything I can say in different way, but certainly I am not going to promote that way of the Panchkarma. If you are doing things, do all these things legally, not as a massage center. Okay, for the money, people do many things and one can do this also. But keeping the spirit of a physician high, this is required. You must say it. So what is your perspectives in the about the Shalya in abroad? Answer is yours. I should not make any comment. But here if I am making an interaction with you, all guys of the undergraduates are willing to do the postgraduate, or my all colleagues, I must say everything with my honesty, it is nowhere. Surgical procedures by a graduate of alternative medicine, complementary medicine, traditional medicine, or the postgraduate specialization is not possible. In abroad, they are not authorizing it. There is a fight on the even the herbal medicines. Forget about the herbo mineral. And then why to talk about the surgical procedures? We can imagine a day will come. We can think of the day will come when this Char Sutra or the any other Ayurveda specialty of the Shalya part of the our Ayurvedic discourses may be accepted in abroad. This is true. This is true that in the FRCS degree, in some good books, it is written that the father of surgery is the Acharya Sushrut, father of plastic surgery is Acharya Sushrut, and all these things. And here is series of the 14-volume books by the Professor G.D. Singhal and the other stalwarts of the Ayurveda. They are here, Professor P.G. Deshpande. I am talking about the Banaras Hindu University, where they have compared and all the volumes were published. And the modern surgeons, Professor G.D. Singhal, accepted that everything and all the 101 types of yantras are more or less similar to the procedures what the yantras today. But that was the time even of 40 years back, these commentaries were written. But today everything is so modernized, so equipped. I salute the scientists and these developer and the creator of all these procedures of the surgery and the instrumentations which are involved in the surgery. Those things, what we have now, it is a history. And we can feel proud on the history. Our livelihood may not be on history. That's all about the abroad and national. The choice is yours. Now the second opinion is the Shalakya. Of course, Shalakya is covering, as per our definition, ophthalmology, odontology and the dentistry. In Banaras Indian University, Department of Salak is trying to develop all three specialties in different way. All except ophthalmology, everything is just in the starting stage. Dentistry as well as the Nak Kan Gala Visheshagya. Here is the two assistant professors are there in the dentistry and the Nak Kan Gala Vibhag, and they are trying to do something better. But established is the ophthalmology. And this is the case for everywhere. Every Shalaki department is doing ophthalmology, or some, like in Hassan, as far as my information, there is some specialist on the Kern also. So, otherwise, ophthalmology is a well established part. What you think? Your practice of the Salakya related to the ophthalmology? Yes, there is a demand. Due to several reasons, there is a need of eye checkup, and Ayurvedic medicines are very much effective in the treatment of eye. I can say with my own experience, just I am going on integrated. I am taking allopathic interventions also, as well as the Ayurveda too, for my own eyes. And everyone is knowing, yes, almost all my good friends are knowing that I am suffering with some eye problems, and so I am at halt, complete halt. But live through these small mediums like YouTube or these things. So here is a scope in the eye with the Ayurveda interventions and many more. Even our present Honorable Vice Chancellor also appreciated the effectiveness of Ayurveda drugs for his own eye treatment, the dry eye. And many more specialists are there. So here is a good opportunity in the Salak, specifically in the ophthalmology, Netra Rog Visheshagya, with all kinds of the Ayurvedic interventions. But one problem is there. Here machines are very costly, very costly. If you go for this ultrasound machine, it is the OCT, it is about 40 lakhs. As normal is the 4-5 lakhs. Was slit or all those things, what I came to know. But I am understanding कि establishing an eye OPD is costly. अगर आपको खाली रिफ्रैक्शन करना है तो ठीक है, रिफ्रैक्शन के लिए बहुत आपको नहीं करना है, लेकिन रिफ्रैक्शन से आप आगे बढ़ेंगे ना. आप स्पेशलिस्ट हैं, आपने पीजी सालाक्य में की है, तो एक अच्छा सेटअप हो सकता है. देन अगेन इट इज़ द नेशनल फिनोमिनन. हाँ, और अगर मैं बात न करूं केरल त्रिशूर की तो अधूरी है बात. वहाँ के ऑप्थेमोलॉजी और आई डिपार्टमेंट्स की तो दुनिया फ़ैन में, दुनिया सब कुछ कर रही है, और आप उस लेवल पर भी जाएं तो दैट विल बी ए मैटर ऑफ ऑनर कि द हाईली स्किल्ड all the therapies for the eye intervention for the eye diseases through the Ayurveda. That's a good, most appreciable scope there and the most appreciable center. And yeah, you may get a chance, if not by the, if there, I have no information whether that is the, I have information, so only there is, you can go through through Rashtriya Ayurveda Vidyapith, Guru Shishya Parampara, Guruji is there. So, and there was a lot of collaborations in the different Ayurvedic colleges, but they are opening Kerala Sridharyam, and then after some time it is closing. Opening, closing, opening, closing is going on at the different centers, and there must be some serious conflict of interest between the Kerala Sridharyam and the hosting organization, so it is going on. It is going on process. Opening ceremony and then the closing ceremony. Okay. What about the international situation of scenario of the Shalakya ophthalmology? Forget dentistry and the odontology. It is not possible abroad. Even in India, it is in very not promising conditions. So what about here? Here also, what I feel and what I have studied about the international laws in the part of my own interest about the law and rule regulations on my another channel, Augmentative Ayurveda, which is specifically for international purposes. I'm talking about the many things, recognition of Ayurveda by WHO, it has been done, recognition of Ayurveda in USA, and that now third series will be uploaded tomorrow, just that the international recognition of Ayurveda in Europe. So the eye diseases or the eye interventions may be possible in abroad till you are not performing any surgery. If you are thinking to do any surgery, being MS Ayurveda in Salak, it is impossible. But you can do medical treatment of eye in abroad, the country where Ayurveda is recognized as a registered system of medicine. So, but see, there is the possibility that most countries are having the insurance system for the treatment. And this is something which is disappointing we all, that under the insurance of the European countries or the many other countries where this system is prevailing, Ayurveda interventions are not fully covered under the insurance. So the patient has to bear the expenditure by own. And it is the difficulty when you can't think that the people are coming for the Shalya and the Salak abroad, expending their own money, where the specialists are available, of different specialists of the super categories are available. So friends, this is the opportunities of the Shalya department and the Salakya postgraduates, Shalya postgraduates in India and abroad. Honorable courts are among your popularity, skill and your public acceptance. Yes, there is cases, and I may quote many cases from the Vijayawada back 20-25 years, where the Ayurveda graduate got the degree, and all the ophthalmologists of the city was not accorded any relief from the High Court. They wanted that fellow must check the practice of the ophthalmology, who was the product of the Banaras Hindu University. He was relieved by the only one point, that his co-guide was from the Department of Ophthalmology, and he has passed the paper, fourth paper on the modern, and examined and assessed by in his examiner board, there was a MBBS MS. So court had relieved him, and he is doing his practice. But it is not true for everywhere. So within the Sal and the Salakya, there is the court. And the third, Sangyaharan. And I would prefer not to speak about this, because once again, it is a very critical condition. Here you have something to do in the Sal and the Salakya from the Ayurveda. But what you have in the Sangyaharan to initiate the anesthesia, you may be something like that, palliative pain care, but is it part? Is it sufficient to establish a complete discipline, complete branch? But for the independency, if Shalya and Salak and Prasuti disciplines have to be survived in Ayurveda, then Ayurvedic Sangyaharan is a need. And of course, it's a need. So everywhere, every coin has two facets. So this is enough for today, our discussion. Next, I shall interact with you from the angle of Prasuti Tantra and the Balro, and then others. I had already talked about the rasas, then there is a demand, Dravyagun, Maulik Siddhant, Sharir Rachana, Sharir Kriya. I shall consult with the specialists and my good friends of these departments and these branches, what they are thinking and how they are just encouraging the future career of their all PG scholars of those departments. And then I shall be with you till that day. Namaste. अभिवादन, अभिनंदन, आस्क द क्वेश्चंस, फॉरगेट अबाउट द लैंग्वेज। बहुत मुश्किल हो रही है, कोई कहता है हिंदी में बोलिए, कोई कहता है अंग्रेज़ी में बोलिए, तो मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि मैं दोनों में ही बोलूँ, और ज़्यादा आप लोग करेंगे तो मैं भोजपुरी बोलने लगूँगा। थैंक यू ऑल।